Hello and welcome to another New Arrivals. Let's start with some local flea market finds. And the first thing is this, not a quality tool that I usually deal with, but I find it quite interesting to find here in Sweden. Pittsburgh Professional 19mm standard combination wrench. Handtools, Torx 20 security screwdriver. Also just a nice item I picked up. Barco Farriers pliers, 250mm Swedish made. These are kind of rusty, but Borgis or Bollies, as you will say in Sweden, Swedish made socket wrench, 20 and 22mm. Big 42mm 3/4 inch socket, 12 point. Interestingly, it's marked Barco Sweden, but it says made in West Germany. So this was from the time that Barco marked everything Barco Sweden, even though it wasn't Swedish made all the time. Small ignition pliers or miniature water pump pliers, depending on what you want to call them. Belze. German made. Nice condition, but not perfect. But lovely Belze item. This is sort of a odd item. Facilitator. Swedish made very large stubby screwdriver with the spinning top. Kind of odd. And you can see some sort of what appears to be some sort of grip grinding. Let's see. Yeah. Barco 3/8, older Swedish made, universal joint, good condition. And these two these two. First I saw this one and then saw that one. I thought, wow, two different ones, but I actually think they're the same ones, but this one is damaged by some sort of solvent or something that made the plastics shrink, because they have all the same markings otherwise. The only difference is that this one is a bit, let's say, softer or bent in the design, but I think that's really the same one, just with damage to plastic. But really nice stubby T-handle. And then we get into some new items they have got. First off, this KS Tools. Now KS isn't usually a brand that I'm buying, but the small head of these ratchets, 1/4 inch ratchets, was really interesting, so I got it. The Engineer bit holding keyring, so it locks a bit in place, so you will always have a bit on you. Kind of a fun little item just. Mora kniv, Mora electrician's knife, Swedish made. It was on sale at a local store. And then these two Vera extra long Torx 20 and 25 with holding function screwdrivers. And then I got a large bunch. Oh, one more new item. This Stanley Page 2 stubby screwdriver, made in France by Bost or Facom, or just in general Stanley Black & Decker. And then I got a large bunch of items from what I think is a closed hardware store. So there's some NOS, new old stock, and other things. We can start off with these punches. So there's 3 punches that I wasn't really sure about what they were, but someone helped me and said that they definitely pin punches. Well, I mean roll pin punches. So there are 3 of those in the 6mm size. I don't need 3, but that's what I got. And 2 regular parallel punches. One of them being a Witte, and the other being the same brand as the other previous ones. TM is what I read that as, and Google seems to agree that that is a brand that makes punches. Further on, hex screwdriver, no brand marking, just chrome vanadium Germany, West Germany even, 10mm, with an old price tag and the sale price tag, and unfortunately the tape seems to have damaged the plastic. And further on, this Botalit Denmark, screwdriver, which I also learned is a carburetor screwdriver. I haven't heard of this type before. Usually in Sweden a carburetor screwdriver is either a special thing when I don't have a slotted adjustment screw, or just a stubby screwdriver, but this is for keeping the screwdriver in place on a rattling vehicle, I learned. It appears unused. Some more screwdrivers. I don't know anything about AbleNet Incorporated, but this is a US made ready tool marketing screwdriver. It appears to be quite common. And also a older Vera German made. I think it's size 0 pH. I'm guessing stainless with that handle. And some even more screwdrivers. These angled ones. This one has no markings other than chrome vanadium, but they have a nice etching on the tips and knurling. And these 2 of this size and one even smaller with just West Germany. Also slotted screwdrivers. Two replacement bands for a 12 meter measuring tape. Old price tag still on this one. And now time for one of the most appreciated items here. This Duvidat, new in box, although the box is quite worn. Pair of pliers. And the pliers still have the tape and totally unused. No real stampings except for that Duvidat on the joint. So actually quite cheaply made. Still a cool item, I think. Kongsberg, so Norwegian perhaps, but no country markings. 1 meter folding ruler, new. Three plumb bobs, one still in packaging. No brand, marked 300, I'm guessing 300 grams. This is a new brand for me. This is a very used 10mm driver. German with import foreign markings, so probably not too long after the war. Herme Plastica. Never heard of that brand. And kind of an odd item to have, a hit. 450mm replacement pair of jaws for bolt cutter. Made in Japan. And we're running out of items. Some Stanley replacement blades. Irwin line marker replacement line. I think I have some Irwin line markers, so might even be useful one day. And we're running out of the interesting items. This is a totally uninteresting, really. 7mm basic wrench. Just thought the brand was quite funny. Magnum. Don't know anything about it, but it came. And then a newer Kamasa Tools 10 and 11mm double socket wrench. One of the newer because it has no country origin markings. Used to be marked Japan, but this is probably older than that, newer than that. And I guess, well, I can show this small little punch also. 1.4mm Germany. And a bigger one that looks exactly the same but don't says Germany, it just says Canadian and 3.4mm. So yeah, I guess that was the new arrivals for this time. Bye bye.